Entry number 39, July 22nd, 2017. Well, I've waited too long to write this entry. Remembering what I did will be a struggle where possible. I still need to get Ovaltine, tuna, and eggs, and chili. Well, I think the night of the last entry, 4 nights ago, after completing the entry and recording it, I hit the sack. But that might be the night I tried to go do some uploading outside the Starbucks at Pioneer Square, only to discover that the construction project at Pioneer Square had eliminated the low-profile spots to sit there, and so gave up. The day before yesterday, I'm pretty sure I didn't get going until about 12:30 p.m. Before I left the building, I called Jennifer Gamble using the lobby phone. Since it was the lunch hour, I fully expected to get her machine, but she picked up and confirmed that my rejection letter was just for FSD. Since my new smoke shop has better smokes for cheaper, I thought it a good idea to see if they had a better or equal price for rolling papers than the place I usually go for such. They had cheaper rolling papers. They sell bullets for $1.10. The place I usually went sold buglers for $1.29. To be fair, buglers are a better rolling paper, but I buy rolling papers so rarely I don't think it matters much. I bought the rollets from the cashier I say dislikes me, but it appears that it may just be that headphones are just one of his pet peeves, so I may have to revise that opinion. I then went back home and rolled all my tobacco. It seems to me I must have had another purpose for going home, so I'd have an excuse for rolling my cigarette. But if there was one, I now forget it, so that's just how it rolls. I think I pretty much left again when I got done rolling my smokes anyway. I left for Washington County to collect cans and bottles to get money to get smokes. This trip to Washington County went quite similarly to my last trip to Washington County, with a good few important differences. This time I had even less money than last time, 66 cents. I forgot to mention that on the night of the last journal entry, after leaving the Starbucks, I went in cursory search for another spot to steal Wi-Fi. No solution satisfied, so I started home. I ran into a Marine who, until very recently, worked as receptionist for the estate, and with whom I get along quite well. I asked him if I could buy a smoke from him for 21 cents or trade him a lighter for a cigarette. I was down to 21 cents, so that must be the day I bought rolling papers, and was maybe the day I rolled them too. He wouldn't or couldn't sell me a smoke, but he gave me some change in his pocket, saying I might have better luck buying a cigarette with it. True that. The money he gave me brought my total up to 66 cents. It had a foreign coin in it, which I cannot as yet identify. I now have 3 foreign coins. 2 of them are Canadian. The one he gave me, my lucky Canadian dime, and a Canadian nickel. The morning after he gave me the change, I think I woke up from a dream. I dreamt I was at a family shindig, maybe even a family reunion, and my stepmom, Mary Browning, was there, and considerably thinner. In real life, Mary was obese. I think it was when I went to hug her that I found she had rolls of skin where the fat used to be. Dream ends. Now back to the story. The coin gods again selected the first stop after Goose Hollow, the Oregon Zoo. I again found a few cans, but there is no store there. I found an untouched hamburger in one of the trash cans, but I wasn't hungry, so I put it in my backpack for later. A woman gave me a water bottle she was done with. Security approached me just as I was done. I told them I was leaving and left. Just as last time, I went out to Washington County. I bought Oh, I caught a red line. So its last stop was Beaverton Transit Center, but the coin gods once again did not select Beaverton Transit Center. So once again, I checked the trash cans there until the next blue line came along. This time the blue line didn't catch me off guard. Once again, the coin gods selected one of the two stops for which my route is to walk down Murray Boulevard. But this time, it was the Milliken Way stop, which doesn't involve a trip through the woods, etc. This time, remembering last time, when I got to the 7-Eleven on the way to the mini mall, which was my destination, I knew to check whether they had Arizona iced tea. They did, and I bought some. So I figured correctly that I would end up getting 2 Arizonas this trip, as last. Since I told of my foreign coins, I have been completing this the next day, as I got too tired last night. I will have to go pick up some more smokes and matches pretty much immediately, and should also get going around 4 o'clock p.m., so as not to miss Saturday market. This time at the mini mall, someone accepted my offer of a lighter for a smoke, and I haven't found a new one yet, so I used matches. I once again checked the laundromat for clothes, and once again there weren't any. I once again bought an Arizona iced tea before taking the bus, and once again it was the one that went by Freddy's, but it was almost 6, so I stayed on until Beaverton Transit Center and took the Max home. I think I took a shower and changed clothes Thursday night. Friday morning, I had no dreams I can remember. I spent the day at the library uploading stuff and maybe talking to friends on the World Wide Web. Friday night, after picking up some matches, I stopped by Pioneer Square to see what movie was playing. I had noticed they had a screen set up on my way home. It was Guardians of the Galaxy, so I watched some of it. That still leaves a great deal of time Friday night that I just can't remember. Saturday morning, I awoke from a dream that I was at some place that you could use a computer if you could get it running. Perhaps it was supposed to be FreeGeek. I picked out one computer that was a list machine. It worked at least for a while. That's all I remember. Dream ends. I think I got going at about noon yesterday. I shot video of the one-man band playing Nadine. He had people in the audience, including children, accompanying him. I shot the kid playing classical music or on electronic keyboards, mercifully short, as there was no shade and it was pretty hot. I shot Ed English playing Wham's Careless Whisper. I took a picture of a couple of statues at Saturday Market. If I shot anything else at Saturday Market or Washington Park, I now forget. The cans and bottles yesterday were quite plentiful. I was so desperate for nicotine yesterday, I smoked my filtered cigars that I found a while back while sitting outside the Starbucks on 2nd and Main, uploading my stuff. I didn't quite finish my uploading. I then went to Whole Foods using the Max and the Portland streetcar, part of the way. When I deboarded the Max, I shot a guitar player. When I deboarded the streetcar, I shot a singer guitar player. I think he was outside Powell's Books. Well, it's 4 o'clock p.m. I better catch Saturday Market before it closes, then do some uploading, then turn in the cans and bottles I find at Saturday Market and Waterfront Park. The rest of this entry is being written the following day. This is the first time I've had to quit writing twice due to being too tired. I hope it's also the last time. The machine was up at Whole Foods, but the first glass bottle I put in caused it to crash. That was okay since I had enough for smokes. I received $5.20 for my efforts. I'm pretty sure that after I picked up a pack of smokes, I went home, relaxed, smoked, and played some NetHack in preparation for this journal entry. Then started getting too tired to finish it. I spent most of Sunday working on this journal entry. After relaxing, smoking, and playing some NetHack in preparation, I don't recall what time I woke up yesterday. When I got back from getting smokes and matches, I again relaxed, smoked, and played some NetHack in preparation for resuming the entry. Then resumed it. When I went to Saturday Market at 4 o'clock p.m., all the usual shows were already done. Ed English, for instance, was nowhere to be found. I shot a 28-second video of that black guy who plays sax underneath one of the bridges when I was at Waterfront Park. I then went to the bench across the sidewalk from the Starbucks on 2nd and Main, but instead of doing some uploading, I allowed myself to get distracted by YouTube videos. I watched YouTube videos until about 8:15 when my Wi-Fi-only phone ran out of juice, then proceeded to Whole Foods via Max and Portland streetcar. I bought a cheeseburger at Peterson. The machine was down for the night. I went home feeling defeated by my own lack of discipline. By the time I got home, I felt it was too late to continue the entry. I think it was around 9:45 p.m. I forgot to mention that I woke up from a dream yesterday. I dreamt that MWR was in Portland, or hereabouts, and that he had challenged me to do something illegal. I took the challenge to do whatever it was, even though I knew there was a good chance I would be arrested. I was arrested, and next scene I was in jail. My cell was searched by deputies. I had more books than I was supposed to, and some porno mags. I think at least one of the porno mags was a Penthouse from the 70s. Ba-ba-boom. The deputies decided to take no notice of any of it. At some point, I called MWR in hopes of telling him I was still in jail. I don't recall if he ever picked up or if the dream left that question unanswered. Dream ends. I think I forgot to take my meds last night for the first time ever. I woke up this morning at about 1:30 a.m. and didn't get back to sleep until around 3 o'clock a.m. During the time I was awake, I took my meds and a trazodone and messed with my AM radio looking for distant stations. Then finally turned it to FM and KBOO. Probably because of my hour and a half up last night, I didn't wake up today until around 1:30 p.m. or 1:45 p.m. I relaxed and smoked my last smokes, then went back to Whole Foods to turn in my cans, receiving $6 for my efforts. I then bought some smokes, returned home, got my mail, one envelope of junk mail, relaxed, smoked, and played some NetHack in preparation for resuming this entry. I resumed it, and now am finally just about done with it. The time is 4:04 p.m. I have $2.91. Danger due to the major beginning of a majorly new father's children. The random Wikipedia article for this entry is a geographical location called the Great Rift Valley, a name now considered by professionals to be obsolete, but still having some common usage. For more info, look it up on Wikipedia yourself. For lunch, just now, I had a can of chicken chili I found on the free counter a while back, ate it right out of the can, and also ate a pickle. And now for the poem for this entry. It's quite brief. Here goes. 2. Video of it. To Trader Joe's. My pan. With Scott. 2 o'clock p.m. Oodles for getting it to me. Entrance. I asked. On top of them. And started this journal entry. Out of pop. End of poem.